Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. NDOU. Today we'll be focusing on the text functions, and I hope everyone will enjoy this lesson. Here we have a pertinent question, but before we can even focus on this pertinent question, you just have to ask yourself, what are text functions? These are functions that have to do with what? With the text. So it's whereby we'll be manipulating or playing around with the text. For example, they can ask you to just extract something or extract a few characters from a specific word or name, for example. And then now you must just know, okay, if I want 2 letters from the left, which text function can I use? Such things. So most learners, they say that this is challenging, but for sure, by the end of this lesson, you will never ever forget such things, and whenever you come across a text function question, you will just ace it. So here is our pertinent question. They are saying that Mr. Bean is filling in a form for his new comedy show, but he typed his name as Mr. Bean. As you can see right there, there's no capital letter at the start or the beginning of the Mr. and then the Bean also. So we have capital letters in between, so it's just not proper. I gave you a clue right there. So he looks confused and says, "Oh dear, this doesn't look right at all. If Mr. Bean asked you for help, how could you quickly fix his name so that it looks as neat as Mr. Bean?" The one that is displayed right there. So as you can see, you have M, which is a capital, and B as a capital. Now we want to make sure that this Mr. Bean that is at the top here is displayed in a proper way. Now I'm just saying proper way because the answer for this is to use a proper text function. So I was just giving you guys clues when I mentioned proper, all those things. But let's get down to the main business. So for us to do this, we'll just have to work with the proper text function. Let's just try it out. Actually, let's just try it out before we can even focus on a lot of things. Let's take this, copy it, open this, and then create a new one. Let's just do that. Let's wait for our computer to think. So let's say it was here. Let's say it was this, and then here on this other cell we had to display a fixed one. So it would just be equal sign proper, and then we select the text, and then you can close right there and then enter. So it would display like this using the proper text function. But in this case, we're not going to focus only on this proper text function. Let me just close that, close or open this. Let's proceed. Now here are some of the text functions that we are going to focus on. We have the concatenate text function, the left, and find. Now what is a concatenate? And learners tend to be like, oh no, what is this? What is this? Come on, this is very simple. And I like to say that whenever you feel like the term is too much for you, when they outline concatenate, just think of combine or join. So concatenate, combine. So this text function is used to combine pieces of information like first name and your last name to make what? The full name. And in this example, we have there's 2 apples right here, different apples that just put together right there. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, just like that. So I'd like to say that if you have your classwork book, just make sure that you note all these things down, because you will need them at some point, just so that you can refer back to it or these notes. And then we also have the left text function. We use it to extract a certain number of characters from the start, which is the left of a text string. So in this case, we have 3 apples. Now we are just extracting the one that is located on our left hand side. We just want this one, so there we're just going to use the left text function. Furthermore, we have the find. We use it to just locate the position of a specific character or word, like the at in an email, for example. So this one will just give us the number. For example, it will be like, no, the at is located on position number 12, for example. That's the main function of this find function. Yes. Now the other one, we have the lower, mid, and right. Now the lower, just like that, it converts all letters in a cell to lowercase. So lower text function gives you the lower cases. And then we have mid. This one is used to take out or pull characters from the middle of a text string. Now you also have those apples right there, and we are just taking out the one in the middle. Now on the lower part, you can see, let's go back to the lower text function. You can see right there that these apples were upper at first, and then they were just converted to lowercase. That's why right there you have those smaller ones there. I really tried to make sure that you guys understand all these things. And then we have the right text function. It's used to extract characters from the end of a text string. This is the right. It's just the opposite of that left text function. Remember the left text function? We said that this one just extracts a certain number of characters from the start, which is the left. Now the right extracts from the end, which is your right hand side. And then we also have the upper. Remember, we focused on the lower. On the previous one, we dealt with the lower case. Now the upper, it converts all text to uppercase. So it will just convert this text to your uppercase. Uppercase, we just mean capital letters. And then in this case, there were lowercase here, you can see. And then these apples were just converted to becoming bigger, which is what? Uppercase. We then have the final one, which is our proper text function. This one is used to fix so that each word starts with a capital letter and the rest of the letters are lowercase. So it just does that. Now there are other functions that I would like you guys to focus on, which is your value. That one just converts, maybe let's say it was that the number was just displayed as a what, as text, so you're just converting it to what, to a value, and then you do the same procedure, equal sign, you just click on whatever number you want to change and it will be converted into a value. You also have the length text function. This one is just used to count the length of all those characters that are there in a specific word, for example. And I hope everyone is on track with this one. So now let's just practice this. Let's see what else is here. Okay, this, if this a teacher will be using this, you know, here you'll just be practicing. This is whereby you are teaching them the practical work, and then after that you will just give them the activity so that they can apply it, and then that's it. So now let's focus on the practical work, ladies and gentlemen. This is our practical work now. As you can see, we have this spreadsheet right here. It has all those, the proper, the upper, all those things. Now in this case, learners was just spinning the wheel, and if it lands on lower, the learner would then now answer that, or come in front, go in front, and then answer this in front of the whole class, while the whole class is observing and also doing whatever the person is doing in front. So this was just very interesting. In this case, I'm not going to do it. So from there, you can just click on the whatever you want to navigate to. Click on any function of your choice on the wheel for immediate navigation. Let's click on concatenate, since it's the first one. After clicking on it right there, it takes you straight to that concatenate. Now they're saying you have NOMSA in cell I10 and Nkosi in cell J10. Okay, they're talking about these ones. Use a formula in cell L10 to combine the two names into one full name with a space in between. A lot of people tend to struggle with this one just because they're saying with a space in between. Now let's just find or search for concatenate. For our concatenate. Now after finding our text function, I like to say that you must work in your function bar or formula bar, because It makes everything much easier. It even tells you what is required right there. If you check at the bottom, that is text. It outlines for you whatever you have to insert right there. This applies for all your sum ifs, count ifs, all those things. Now in this case, text 1, what is our text 1? We have NOMSA right there. Text 2, it's going to be NKOSI. Now let's see, before we can even press OK, there's the good thing about the function bar also. At the bottom we can see that we have NOMSA, NKOSI, but there is no space in between. What should I do now? Or maybe is it this function bar, is it maybe wrong somewhere somehow? So let's click OK and see the final results. You can see, no man, it's just like that. There's no space. How can I go about it? Let's go back to it. What can we do? Let's try to remove this and then add the text 3 right there so that we can add a space here. But still, there is a space, but still nothing is there. But how can we go about this? This is whereby now, ladies and gentlemen, you have to think outside the box. How do you go about it if you want a space in between? You say quotation mark, space, quotation mark. So you are closing those quotation marks. In between them, you are outlining that there is a space. I want you to count it right there. I want you to include the space. Now, before we can even click OK, you can see that there is NOMSA, NKOSI, and they are separated. Let's just click OK. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. And then you have NOMSA in cell I23 and NKOSI in cell J23. Use a formula in cell L23 to combine the two names into one full name with no space in between. This one is just simple because they said no space in between. So we are just going to go for concatenate once again. Now right there, text 1 will just say that, text 2 will say it's NKOSI, and then no space. Remember they said no space, so it's okay. And then just like that, we are sorted, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we go about it with our concatenate. Remember, concatenate is for what? Joining, combining. Let's focus on our meet text function. The meet text function, now this one, the one that we covered, remember, on the presentation, they are saying cell I10 contains those were terms right there, and then we must extract 4-digit year that start at what? The 13th character. So we must extract what? Let's see which one is the 13th right there. I believe it's the 2023 right there. We'll find out. So let's go. We are just going to say fx. We are looking for what? Meet. We are searching for meet. We have meet right there. Now the text is the text string from which you want to extract characters. They even tell you right there. So which one do we want to extract characters from? It's this one. That's our I10 right there. And then start number. Where do we want to start? Remember they told us that it starts at what? The 13th character. Let's try to say 13 and see what happens. Let's see. And the number of characters that we want 4. Now let's see before we can even proceed. Yes, just like that. Before we can even press anything, at the bottom we can see that we have 2023. So at the top, the text, this is the text string that we want to extract characters from, which is right there. And then after that, the start number, that's the number whereby you want to start. You are telling Excel that start from 13 and then give me all those. And then number of characters, how many characters do I want? Let's say for example we had said 2. Let's see what we would get. 2 would only give us 20 right there, but we needed 4 for the 4 digits, so it means it's 2023 right now. And then okay, now let's focus on the last one right there for the mid. Cell I23 contains, and the name is there, Sarah and Williams. Extract the ANN. Okay, the starts at character 7, 3 characters long. So now let's go up. Let's see how we can go about it. Meet. Which text where are we going to extract from? Sarah right there. Start number, they said it must start from where? Number 7. And the number of characters, they said 3. And now you can see that before you even click or press anything, you have A and N, the one that they want right there. But in most cases, this is very simple. In most cases, they won't even tell you the stat numbers or number or all those things. They'll just tell you, just make sure that you display the A and N right there, all together. So you just have to make sure that you can count them. You count, and I think most of the times the questions are like, okay, let's count. It's S 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why are we saying 6 and 7? I think most people would be like, no, but I see 6 letters right there. I have, okay, let's start from this side. I have A, and then that's 1, H, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then where is Excel picking up this other one to make it 7? Now it also counts your what? Your spaces right there. So the space is also included, ladies and gentlemen. So you must be careful with that one. Just make sure that you are aware that the space will also be included. And then let's press OK. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move to the lower text function. This one, they're saying that cell I10 contains NOMSA. Convert the name to lowercase. So this one is very simple. We are just going to say lower, and then from that lower we are just going to, they're saying this is the text we want to convert. So we click on NOMSA and then we just say OK. Now it's in lowercase. Same applies right there. Convert the entire email to lowercase. Simple as that. So all these text functions, they're just interesting, ladies and gentlemen. You must make sure that you enjoyed them even in the exam. And then we click on OK. There we have our lowercase. Now let's move to the proper. I'll move a bit faster, so you can just pause the video if you are lost or confused with something. The proper text function, I like this one because I always say proper to my learners. Now you guys know where I got this proper thing. So whenever you do something good and then I be like proper, you must know that I'm saying, yeah, you are on track and everything is in order. So they say the cell I10 contains the name, that name right there. I think it's Elton Doe. Oh, I wonder who's that. And then change it so that it looks neat with proper capitalization, like Elton Doe right there. Okay. So we must make sure that it looks proper. So we are just going to say FX, go back to our FX, and then say proper. From there we say OK, and then we are going to select the text that we want to make sure that it's proper. And then already before we press OK, we can see that it's fixed for us, just like that. Let's just do that, and then we will say equal sign again. Okay, we can just go back to our FX proper. Did they say the same thing? Convert it so that it displays correctly as Samuel Mokwena right there. Okay, let's fix it. We'll click on it and then say enter, just like that. So we are done with the proper. Let's move to the upper. The upper, remember we did the lower whereby we're just converting. So now in this case, let's go. The instructions are there, you can read them. And then let's make sure that we go to upper. From upper, now we just have to select the text that is in lower to make it upper. Already you can see NOMSA is there, and then we are sorted. And then now let's just say now I just feel like doing it without the function bar, but let me stick to the script. So Cape Town, we are converting it to upper, just like that. And then we are done with the uppercase, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you can see how simple and easy these things are. And then you also have the left text function right there. Before we can even focus on the left, let's just try the len. Let's try the len before we can even focus on the left. Please, let's just try the len. This is the text whose length you want to find. Okay, and then spaces count as characters. I like the fact that they outline there. So Let's click on that and then say enter. They're saying it's 6 characters. 1 2 3 4 5 6, just like that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just outlining it because it's not here, so just so that you know that you know how to go about it. Left, use a formula to extract the first 2 letters. Okay, so we are just going to say left, and then we click on our left, the text and the number of characters. So this is the text string containing the characters you want to extract. This is the text that contains all that. Now, how many do we want to extract? They said 2, so we are just going to say 2, and then we have that HR right there, prop. And then now let's do the same let's answer this one. They are saying that show only the first 10 characters. Now we are just going to say left still, the text is this one, the one that is there, Main Street sentence, and then number of characters, it's going to be the said 10. Now if you can check, how many do we have there before we can even press OK? We have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now where's the other 2? The other 2 is the spaces in between right there. The spaces are also included, so we press OK. Just like that, we are sorted. Now let's focus on the right. Similar to the one we just did, it's just the opposite. So this one, they're saying we must extract 3 digits. Let's go to FX, right. I want you guys to get those distinctions. I want you guys to just get those distinctions. Make me proud, man. The right text, so it's going to be us selecting the text, and then from there, number of characters, they say 3, and then we choose 3 right there. Then we will have 3 characters from the right hand side, and those are the numbers right there. And then the other one still, they said we must extract what? The payment amount, last 5 characters, so it's going to be FX, and then right, the text that we have to extract from is right there, number of characters, we're just going to say 5, and then there we have the amount before we can even press OK. Let's press OK and see what happens. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. And then let's go to the final one, which is the find text function. Now in this case, we are just going to make sure they say this email address is in cell I10 nomsango at okay, all that. Use a formula to find where the @ symbol appears. So we are going to use a formula to find where the @ symbol appears. So in this case, we are going to go back to our FX. We search for find. We are going to search for find. Now we found our find text function. I hope you guys are catching this. I don't know if I should call them puns or punchlines or whatever, but hope you're enjoying the session, because we're on the last one, and I moved a bit too fast on some of them. But find text, the text you want to find. Remember, they're saying find text, and at the bottom they outline everything for you guys. You should never ever get this wrong. Always make sure that you pay attention, or use the function bar, or just read the question. Make sure that you understand it. So find text, they said we must find @ that's what we must find. Within text is the text containing the text you want to find. Which text contains that? Is it this? No. Is it this? No. It is this one. Yes, this is the one. So now start number, where do you want to start? And this is very important sometimes, because you might find that you have 2 @ that are there, the @ symbols, 2 of them, and then they want you to just find the position for the second one. So you would then have to make sure that you count after 12. Why am I saying after that 12? Because they are saying that @ is located on character number 12 for now, but if there was another one in front, it was going to be start number, let's say for example 13. In this case, there will be nothing even if we say 13. So let's just leave it like that, the start number, we don't have to insert it there, and then let's say okay, and then there we have our position. You can count to make sure, and then find the position of the first dot. Okay. In the domain. But they said the first. They should have said the second one so that it can be a bit tricky. So now find the position. But why am I saying they should have? As if they set these questions. I'm the one who set all these things. I'm the one who did all these things. So why am I saying they should have? Come on, Mr. Ndo. You should have done it here. You should have set the question properly. I'll try next time, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. Now I'm getting too excited because we're about to wrap it up. Okay. Find the position of the first dot right there. So it's going to be back to our fx. Find text. We want to find the dot within text, this text, and then we want to find the first one. So it's fine like that. What if they had said find the second one? Let's do it. Let's just do it. So we're just going to do that. Start number would be 5, because if we say 4, it will give us that, because we are counting 4 also. So we would have to say 5. Now from 5 it would give us 15. It means that dot right there is located in character number or position 15 right there. So let's just do it just like that. It will give us 15, but let's fix it, remove it, and stick to the main one. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this session. There's no way you can fail, right? Let's go and grab those distinctions. Thanks for joining me. Up until we meet again next time, ladies and gentlemen. Prop.